So for today this lesson, I would like to share what is variable in Arduino programming C++. So we're using tinkercad.com, and this is Arduino board, and you click the code, and this is what I already write the code here. So I'm just going to explain. So this is a C++ machine language. If you are still new to Arduino programming, these things you have to know, and these are very useful. And if you are new to Arduino programming, sometimes if you check to the internet, if you download from the YouTube, that's the people already program, and you are likely to see all those things: integer, a float, and a card, and a string. Variable is, let's say for example, so in reality, if you go outside and buy the goods in the market, so let's say you buy something like the fish or the chicken, and you're gonna buy the fruit. You're not going to mix all those into together. You need to use a separate bucket, separate basket, separate bag. And so when you bring back to home, you need to put in the different place, because we buying that for a different purpose. We cannot mix all together. So same goes to this programming language. Here are many types of variable actually. So I just going to explain only for these 3, 4. When you already understand this form of variable, you will be understand all those variable. So the concept is the same. Actually, the integer variable is the file to store the complete number. So the complete number is 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All those without decimal points we call it complete number. So you can make equation in this integer variable, but the result must be without decimal point. So you cannot write 100.00, you cannot write 2.5, you cannot write 5.0, you cannot write 5.5. all those with decimal point you cannot write on integer variable. If you write, the result will be different. So that is what integer variable is used for. You can just store all with all those complete number in integer variable. So at first, here I write int. Int is a stand for integer variable. So I declare this integer and I write I. So I is the name of the bucket, which means the name of file. So you can just give any other name, whatever you want to give. And now I declare as integer file, and this is a free, and now is empty. So I is empty. And here integer k, I declare this k file as integer, and directly I assign this 1. So number 1 is assigned to k file, which means here is equal to, actually this is not equal to in programming language. This is called assignment operator. So this 1 is assigned to k, which means this 1 is put into the file name k. And here integer, I declare L. L is the file of integer. And now 5, number 5 is I assigned to L. So this file is put inside L file of integer. And here I write, and number 12 I assign to I. So I didn't write here integer anymore, because I already declared this I is the integer file in here the earlier. So I don't have to write integer anymore. I directly write I, and this is now already become I is the integer file. So number 12 is assigned to I. So this is what integer used for. And here the floating point variable. So what is the floating point variable? Is the file to store which with decimal point. So this is the concept is the same. So the floating f, why we likely to see f in the floating point, because this is floating point and this is much more easier to understand. F is mostly used for floating point, so you can just give whatever you want to give the name. So f is declared as floating file types, and now f is empty. And here float g, I declare g as floating file and I assign 2.5. so the difference is in integer we cannot use point, with decimal point we cannot use. In the floating point we can use. So you have to be careful. If the floating file, you must not write only 5, you have to write 5.00. so this is what the difference for integer variable and floating variable. And here number 3, this is character variable. So the character variable is a file to store a single character. So C is declared as character file types, and here this character A is assigned to P. So the concept is all the same, but in character types, character file, you have to use single quotation mark. So this is become a character variable. So A is assigned to P, and now here 2 is assigned to K. So this 2 is not integer value because we already put single quotation mark. So this 2 is already assigned to K, and this 2 is belongs to character variable. And here B, the C I write and I assign B to C character file. So I don't have to write here car anymore. I just directly assign to C because the C was already declared here. And here number 4, string variable. String variable is same goes to character variable, but a string is file to store words or sentence. When the character variable is only can store for only the single alphabet, single character, which include 1, 2, 3 and ABCD, but only can store for the single character. But the string can store more than single. If you just want to store single character, you have to use char. If you want to use more than single character, you must use string variable. So string T declare as a string file, H declare as a string file, and since this is a string variable, we have to use double quotation mark, and in the last, of course, this semicolon we have to put. Every code we must put in the end semicolon. So words or sentence we must use string variable. The concept, everything's are the same, but the file types are different because the things that we want to put are different. So we have to use different types of the file, different types of the bucket. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.